Hi, Jim Murphy, Elite Style Massage. Today I'm going to give you a bit of help with sciatica. If you are watching this video, you've had sciatica probably in the past, or you might be suffering with it now. You probably know what it is, you've probably done your research and if you've been to a doctor or looked online. I've just put a diagram up to show you and just recap what sciatica is. So the sciatic nerve is the longest nerve in the body. Sciatica is basically aggravation of this nerve. So it normally stems from a lower back issue. If you've got a lumbar disc issue, bulging disc, prolapse disc, or anything like that, you'll get sciatica. It can be a symptom called piriformis syndrome also, where you've got a tight muscle in the glute basically called the piriformis that presses directly onto that sciatic nerve. So you'll get the same symptoms of sciatica, but it isn't sciatica. I'm going to do a separate video on that also, because I want to try and keep my videos short so they're a bit more watchable. So I've seen lots of things over the years for alleviating your symptoms of sciatica. There's one movement particularly that I like, that I give to my clients, that it gets rid of sciatica in probably 80% of my clients or more. It's a really useful one. I've suffered with sciatica myself, and this really helped to get rid of mine. Mine was only mild. Mine was from sitting too long when I was driving. If I was more than 45 minutes in the car, I used to get it. Mine used to go right down as far as the foot actually, but your symptoms could be less. You might have it only halfway down the leg, or but it's not fun. You'll know this numbness, tingling sensation that you get. In its worst case, you can actually have weakness in the leg. You normally only get it on one side. You won't get it on both sides. It's very unusual. It's a different thing if you get it down both legs, but sciatica normally only occurs down one side. So this movement I particularly like. It's very simple. You're going to lay yourself on your side. Make sure you've got some cushions to prop up your head, because I want you on your side, but not with your shoulder forward like you're laying in bed. I want your shoulder directly below you, so have your shoulder back so you're in a straight line like that. Bend your knees up to 90 degrees if you can, if that's not causing your back any problems. Put one hand on top of the other hand, and all you're going to do is you're going to slide that top knee and that top hand forward across one another and back again. And don't try not to twist your spine when you do this. Don't lift anything else. Just push forward with your hand and your knee and come back. And push forward again with your hand and your knee. And you're going to do that 10 times. It's a real tricky one to kind of get first of all, but you'll feel kind of what you're doing is opening up the spacing in that lumbar. And you'll just feel what that's doing down the bottom of your back. It's a really nice, soothing, releasing one. So if you are getting sciatica, this will get rid of it. Like I said, it works for most people that I give it to. It's a really useful thing to have. Again, very simple. I don't see it too often. I've watched lots of YouTube clips of the usual things that people show you, pulling the knee up to the chest, 10 one side, 10 the other side, and things like that. This one particularly gets rid of it for most people. So if you are suffering with sciatica, try that. If you haven't had it checked, and you keep getting sciatica, go and get it checked out, go and see your doctor, because you could have a lumbar disc issue. It normally occurs from a problem with your lumbar disc. Also, if you continuously keep getting sciatica, you need to change something you're doing. I always say this in my videos. You need to change something you're doing, because if you're sitting in a certain position or sleeping in a certain position, or you're doing a certain sort of movement and you're getting it, that's what's aggravating and causing it. So change your position. It's really useful just to change your position with these things. So changing your sitting position or your sleeping position or your standing position is just going to give your spine a little bit of a chance to release the sciatic nerve, and just changing your position can really kind of help get rid of things. If you are sitting in the same chair all the time or sleeping in the same position all the time, try changing the way you're sleeping or sitting. I know it's troublesome in the car for a lot of people sometimes, because you can't really move around too much in the car. So sometimes if you're getting sciatica while driving, it's really tricky to try and sort of get yourself over onto the other buttock and give it a little bit of relief there. So looking at changing what you're doing can help alleviate the symptoms. And then there's lots of things you can do, like these movements and this movement that I've just shown you, that can give you some relief. But if you are getting problems, go and get it checked out by a doctor or a specialist if you're getting problems and you've not had it confirmed. Because if it is a lumbar disc issue, there's things they can do that can really sort of help get rid of this. Okay, so it's not fun having sciatica or any numbness and tingling in the body that shouldn't be there. Okay, so I'll put my email address in as usual. If you want to pop me any questions, I'll answer them directly with you, and I'll hopefully see you on another visit.